Let's continue on reading the self-forgiveness list at www.destiny.co.za or at www.oneinequalityaslife.ning.com. If you click on the groups, you'll see a featured group. Click on that. It says self-forgiveness done 10 times, and you click on June's page and you will see all the links to the self-forgiveness lists there. Okay, let's move on. I forgive myself that I haven't allowed myself to realize that I am only able to be deceived, manipulated, controlled, enslaved, and suppressed by and through manifestations separate from me if I am of the mind. I forgive myself to have allowed myself to give the power of existence as a power of me to manifestation separate from me, to have the ability to design, manifest, and create outcomes for me as existence, instead of me directing me expressing me, and me leaving me as who I am within and as one is in equality of life. I forgive myself that I haven't allowed myself to direct myself, my own world, and my experience of myself. Instead, I diverted this self-responsibility to the hands of manifestations separate from me, because I didn't allow myself to stand up for life, as me, as one is an equality for all, as one is equal. I forgive myself that I haven't allowed myself to realize that I'm giving my power away to manifestations separate from me. I'm giving all of me to that very manifestation separate from me, thus giving it the ability to do with me as it please. I forgive myself to have allowed myself to be controlled, directed, influenced, and enslaved by hope and fear. I forgive myself to have allowed myself to believe that hope and fear is real, and that such manifestations actually exist, and that I actually experience it, instead of realizing that everything I experience that is of the mind is not real, nor is the experiences thereof, because it is all of separation. I forgive myself that I haven't allowed myself to realize that anything I experience that generates a reaction within me that exists separate from me is not real, because it exists in separation. It is not me, thus I am not actually experiencing me as who I am, but the illusion of me that exists in separation. I forgive myself that I've allowed backdoors to exist within me as a possible and probable escape route, which consists of blame, denial, judgment, justification, and fear, as excuses to and have to face directly what I have accepted and allowed myself to become, and thus have accepted and allowed myself to manifest as the experience of myself along with the rest of the world. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to believe that I am okay, that I am normal, and that I am accepted and appreciated by the rest of the world, society, and my very own family, if everything in my world is apparently in order. I forgive myself to have allowed myself to actually believe and buy into and fall for the idea, perception, and belief that a separate manifested source will come and save, rescue, and help this world, me, and the rest of humanity, such as gods and dimensional beings of religious and spiritual movements, instead of me realizing and trusting my own self-responsibility. I forgive myself that I've allowed myself to separate myself from the very nature of what I have accepted and allowed myself to become, as this mind consciousness structural resonance system within and as me, instead of living the very nature of who I am as life, as a living expressive example of nature, of the world that is of life within and as one is in equality. Okay, so we'll move on and go to the next video. Would like to let you know that I do 20 sets of breath awareness after each video. What I do is close my eyes, watch my breath as it goes in, pause, out, pause. That's one set, so I do 20 of those. Very cool.